we've entered what a scene. With chlamydia burns, they're plotting it so mean. Nut gobbler laughs while the soy boy schemes, screaming. Bitch yells, I've got a tingle in my jingle, it's supreme. Let's roll! Let's go, let's go, let's go. She'll watch the long as red, we know. Fake Kyle cuts and ain't a man, oh no. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
What is up, everyone? We are live. It is Wednesday night. Shill watch-alongs, The Acolyte, episode 6. Yawn of an episode, but the shills are out in full force, and we are going to roast them. Darth Melvin of the Knights of Melvin is here, and we are going to roast them all tonight. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. Hello there. This is Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin, episode 6 of the Acolyte. It was boring. No one liked it at all. And now we're setting up the flashbacks in episode 7, which I'm sure is going to be terrible.
It's going to be terrible, and Jesus Christ, I spent all day today, compiling clips of this episode for Shill's React to The Acolyte episode 6, and all day I had to listen to these shills simping for Qimir. Most of them were men or have male genitalia.
Disney's target audience.
And shipping Qimir and Osha. Wanting Qimir and Osha to fall in love and wanting Qimir and Osha to have sex in the lake. And these same people 2 weeks ago were shipping Osha and Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? And then here we are, 2 episodes later, they're shipping Qimir and Osha less than 24 hours after Qimir killed Jackie?
Yep. It's this, and the derangement in this fandom.
It is, I like all day today, I had to, the real rejects begging, literally begging Disney for, quote, full frontal. They wanted full frontal. Fucking this guy.
They wanted to see Smilo's dong.
If I can fucking find him, did I take him down? I think I took him down. God damn it. Nope, there he is. This guy and the dude with his Grogu doll and the guy who was really excited for underage Ahsoka back in Ahsoka episode 5, wanting full frontal for Qimir. We got the soy boys, the boys of soy, Los Sujos Muchachos for you Spanish viewers. Soy number 1 saying he wants to see Qimir's dark side. Whatever the hell that means.
Oh God.
The boys of soy, we got the nut gobbler talking about the sexual tension in this episode and how great it was.
What sexual tension?
I don't know. Apparently there was sexual tension in this episode, according to the nut gobbler.
These people are out of their fucking mind. It's just Disney's target audience, who they pander to, and it's like this Smilo Ren guy just killed all of Osha's friends, her former friends, almost killed her master, and they're just expecting her to just have sex with this guy.
They want it.
It's like they don't care about the story. They just care about the ships. The Kai Osh, or the Osh Kais. Or the Oshmirs.
Kosher. I don't know what the fuck it is. And Chlamydia Burns, who we are covering tonight, The reactions weren't really all there, and I got 3 minutes into Chlamydia Burns' review, and Jesus Christ, we're covering it. You want to see someone paid by Disney? Stay tuned, because we're going to see someone paid by Disney. Beefcake, and I might do a whole video on it, for Christ's sakes. But it just like claiming that like Qimir is saving this show, and it's gonna be bad. Yes, we're covering Chlamydia Burns tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Got a few other clips for you guys, some crazy, insane shill takes, which we will get to. But yes, it's gonna be the Chlamydia will be burning tonight on the channel, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna be covering, dissecting, and curing the chlamydia, because it is an infection. Why she chooses to keep it, I do not know. But anyway, the episode of itself was just a complete and utter bore. Just a very boring episode. Felt like filler, just a setup for the next episode, teasing Master Soul's story and not giving it to us.
For the millionth time.
Leslie Headland and her just 200 IQ, writing her way out of breaking canon by having the communication on the ship just quit working for some random reason. And that's why Master Soul couldn't contact the Jedi Council to inform them of the Sith. And anything
that's the first thing I would have screamed, like, when I got back to the ship. I'd be like, the Sith are back! They killed everyone! Ah! But he's just like all calm. He's like, my team is dead. Blah, 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 blah.
Conveniently like, doesn't say Sith. As far as he's aware, it is a Sith.
And it's like the communications are down. Not entirely his fault, but it is the plot armor of the show. Terrible writing. But the first word that would have come out of my mouth is Sith.
Sith,
because he's got to warn the fucking Jedi.
Sith and they sent whatever name the planet is.
And they sent a rescue team out there. Like, maybe there's more than just one Sith. He's setting them up for slaughter. The rescue team. It just, like, fucking ignorant.
And we're gonna...
It's like, don't they train them? Like, I know they're supposed to be extinct for 1,000 years, but it's like they act like they've never existed. Like, they have no idea what they might be, or they could possibly return one day. They're not prepared at all. It's just the writing of this fucking show.
Yeah. Qui-Gon knew what a Sith was.
And then later in the episode, when the communication is back, he turns it off. He doesn't even bother telling them, hey, the Sith are back! Because it's not important.
Yeah, it takes 2 seconds.
You got all these bodies and all this evidence they were killed by lightsabers. Yoda, killed by lightsaber, this Jedi was. It's like they all know they're dead, killed by a lightsaber. They're going to have funerals for them. How can you cover this up? It's impossible. But the shills, they don't care, because they got another man with a 6-pack. He's got the long hair down his face. Oh, that's all they fucking care about. They're hashtag fake fans. Oh, I'm sure Roka loved it. What was that idiot you had up on the screen earlier? He's fucking hiding his erection with the Grogu doll.
Oh, yeah.
Smilo Ren, I got a boner.
Full frontal. And that's a quote. That is a full frontal. They said it multiple times. They also said, oh, yeah, I forgot to even mention this. Oh, yeah, this is 50 Shades of Grey in Star Wars. Star Wars meets 50 Shades of Grey. Every week it's something else. Game of Thrones, Predator, Alien, Lord of the Rings. This week it's 50 Shades of Grey, Star Wars.
And these are the same people that when they're trying to defend this shit, they're like, why do you care so much? Star Wars is just for kids. It's just for kids. you're an idiot for caring about a kid show. And then here they want full frontal balls and cock and
They want
ass. They're like,
they
oh
want
my god, how come we didn't see his butt? We want to see his butt.
they want Aemond from House of the Dragon episode 3 on Sunday. They want that in Star Wars.
Oh,
Jesus
like
Christ.
they don't. It doesn't matter if they break canon. And you know, like what they need to do is bring back the Shill Cruiser Hotel and just make it like a Raylo fucking like strip club, escort place. I don't know if that's legal in Florida, but you know, like that's what would bring in the money for them, their target audience.
You know what we're getting? We're going to be getting all this week and perhaps next week as well. This is Raylo 2.0.
Oh
This
yeah.
this is going to be Raylo 2.0. They're already trying to say, oh, is this an early Night of Ren and everything? Like they kind of look similar. This is going to be Raylo 2.0.
Yep,
They're going to be
sure.
shipping this, and they all want it. They all want to.
Yeah.
Chlamydia Burns touched herself to it. She basically admits it, as we're going to get into.
And what was the setup for this? Like none. Absolutely none. He tried to kill both of the twins in the last episode. In episode 5, he tried to kill both of them. He was pissed by being betrayed. And I don't know. I guess he just wanted to kill Osha too. There was both 2 times where he leaves battles, where he leaves Yord, leaves Jackie to go kill one of the twins. But all of a sudden now, he heals her, he puts her on a bed, and offers her food. It's like, what the fuck is this?
When did Osha have any sort of dark side inside of her mentioned in the show up until now? Never.
It's like she saw what he did. You think she's just gonna all of a sudden like join him and like want to kill people, kill Soul? It's fucking ridiculous. You know, there's no build up with it at all.
Got Raging Rhino in the chat who's been breaking down the episode. Make sure you check out his review. I'm sure he goes into all of this and more on his channel. Thanks for tuning in, Raging Rhino. And I put this up here for now. This is funny. So here we have Roka. Something funny I noticed as I was going through. Look at this fucking guy. Fucking nut job. Look at that face, dude. Look at the fat cressing over around the nose. False copyright striker, by the way.
Has he got a Grogu in the background?
I do not see one. I don't see much Star Wars at all. Fun fact, he actually was covering, he did a live stream of the debate. I need to go back and watch that and watch him try to defend Joe Biden in that. But look at the likes versus dislikes. Notice anything interesting?
They are disabled by the owner.
He has disabled the Google Chrome extension showing the likes and the dislikes. You can't see because all these shills are getting ratioed. And now who has been calling these people out for their shill reaction videos getting and their reviews getting ratio? That will be us on this channel, Darth, Melvin, and myself. So, John Roca must be keeping an eye out. I've known he's very much been watching what he's been saying. I've noticed that every time he like goes off and says like these people that hate the show because they hate what he always catches himself now and says it's not everybody. It's not everybody. I understand there are legitimate criticisms or not, but these people and like I'm like yeah he knows he's being watched. Fucking Roca. Anyway,
he knows, and he's crying and crying hard about it.
He absolutely fucking knows. And real quick, I got to make this announcement. We got 2 new emotes in the chat. We got the Gap emote with JAI Akub, the Grogu attracted person emote. Over 100 new members last week. And we also got the big one, the simp emote. I can't believe Fake News Kyle Katarn hasn't had an emote yet, but we got the simp due to the Ash Rendar catfishing and dick pic scenario. Dick pics were sent, and rumor on the new Ash Rendar Twitter accounts we talked about on the community stream. Apparently, Fake News Kyle Katarn tried to fly her out.
Really?
Or him out. I don't know. But there is a Twitter account of the Ash Rendar, which confirms that. So somewhat breaking news going on there. And we are one member away from the next membership, everyone. And that is going to be the Katarn Fished emote. So have a lot of fun with that. Anyone would like to create that emote and send it to me on Twitter. Link to my Twitter in the description. DMs are open if you would like to create the Katarn Fished emote. I will either pick the best one or choose. If there's a bunch, I'll choose the 3 or 4 best, and we'll have a vote on it next week for the Katarn Fished emote. We are just one new member away from it, and we are 0 away from it now, as Darth Ghostface gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Darth Ghostface, for that. And yes, anyone who wants to submit it. If not, I will come up with something myself. If you want to do a catfish with Katarn's face on it, or I don't know, use your imagination, come up with something funny. Mike Hill for $5. Hail Grizzy, apparently calling someone a Sith now is a derogatory slur. I have read that. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, just more fake fan bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, Palpatine numerous times referred to himself as a Sith, as a proud Sith in the prequels.
I can't believe like people are actually talking about that.
They're trying to victimize the Sith. The Jedi are evil. The destruction of the Jedi, something George never intended. The Jedi are the bad guys.
I mean, I've know Leslie Headland and the Smilo Ren actor. They've come out and said that the character is a Sith, but like I really don't even think they fucking know.
They came out and said this was a Sith-focused story, and here we are 6 episodes in, and this is like the first we've seen of it.
I'm really hoping that he's not some like fake Sith that like calls himself one, but he's like not a part of the rule of 2, and then they do bring in Plagueis, because the Shills are gonna fucking love that shit.
I feel like they might go that he might just be a fallen Jedi who wants to be a Sith.
Yeah.
And
or
then
like,
the
you
real
may
Sith
call me a Sith.
Yeah. Because he says in the episode he's a Jedi.
So I don't know. The Shills, no matter what happens, are going to praise this show, and all they need is just shirtless guys. That's all they need to sell to them. Well, I mean, they won't get a Communist Plus subscription out of them because they don't have jobs, they don't have any money, but they will talk about it on Twitter, that's for sure.
And could you imagine if Disney dared show a shirtless woman on their channel? Could you imagine the outrage and this is the last straw. These same people would be fucking furious if they dared do the opposite, which shows their hypocrisy and Disney's hypocrisy.
They'd still say Star Wars is for kids, everyone.
Darth Ghostface for $5. Thank you, Darth Ghostface. Thank you, Mike Hill, for your 5. In honor of the 4th of July tomorrow, let's post the American flag emoji in the chat, which triggers the Disney shills like Jacob. So yeah, if you do the pride flag, they're all for it, but they get massively triggered by the American flag because, they hate this country at the end of the day.
Yeah, every flag is acceptable except the American flag, according to the crybabies.
Splendid Superman member for 2 months. Disney Star Wars is the parody now. It really is. It really absolutely 100% is. Darth Ghostface, once again, thank you for the 5 memberships. Thank you, Splendid Superman, for being a member. And Chunky for $5. Catfish Katarn should just settle for the Bendu at this point. He's never getting that Disney shill pussy. He's trying. He is absolutely trying.
I think he's got a shot with last year's Shill of the Year 2023, Sawyerism. I think there's some chemistry there. I think that is a nasty fucking future couple in the making. And, but he might get catfished again. You never know with this guy. The guy is a predator when it comes to these shill females. And shill males. Who knows who else he's DMing.
He's a big time fucking simp indeed.
And I sense that he's trying to cover it up somehow. I just get the feeling that he's trying to cover up the catfish guitar.
Catfishing is so pathetic. Anyway, so real quick, I wanted to get your opinion on this clip from the Soy Boys, Darth Melvin, before we get into the chlamydia. Before we get balls deep in chlamydia here. Let me find the correct. There it is. Screen. So there they are, the boys of soy, Los Sujos Muchachos. So I'm
The
very
soys.
curious. The soys, the boys of soy, whatever you
Soy
want to
boy.
call them. Oh, yes, Soy Boy. And Darth Melvin also has something very interesting for us regarding soy number 2, but I want to get this over. So what they're talking about here is soy number 3 mentions how it's odd that Master Soul isn't able to sense that May isn't Osha, which is a logical thing to say. Osha was his Padawan, I assume for years, maybe even over a decade, and he can't sense right away, or he simply can't see her tattoo. But soy number 1 has an answer for that, and it involves shitting on real Star Wars, shitting on George Lucas Star Wars, specifically the prequels and the Jedi in the prequels. So you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
He should be able to tell right away. He can read
Hang on, let me turn it down just a tad.
her force midichlorian thingies, whatever.
Nah, dude. Yoda didn't know about Darth Sidious, and he was working with him like in the same building in the same
Yeah.
city.
So Yoda did not know about Darth Sidious, Palpatine. So that should explain how Master Soul can't sense a difference between Osha and May.
No.
No, right? Continue.
City.
Yes,
So
you're right.
anytime people try to be like, the Jedi should be able to sense, I go, Yoda didn't
Yep.
sense shit at the height of the Jedi's powers.
Good
That's
point.
the whole point of the
Good
Jedi.
point.
Their hubris.
When these people say hubris, what they're really saying is that the Jedi are retards. I'm so sick of hearing this word from these people.
I just see the soy dripping down
Hey,
soy
dresses
number
up.
2's face.
So you want to make this work? Let's just say that May, dressed as Osha, she's using the Force to cloud his mind.
cloak-
Whatever.
To
Sure.
cloak her
Whatever.
force. Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't even believe what he's saying.
Yeah, he's just like throwing something out there. I think that was the end of I'll play the rest though.
So Osha's never going to find out from Soul what the hell really happened.
Oh, she's gonna find out. Okay, that was the clip taking a shot at Yoda, calling Yoda basically an idiot, even though it was explained in the prequels by Count Dooku when he's trying to convert. I don't remember the exact line when he's trying to get Obi-Wan Kenobi on his side, where he says, what if I told you the Senate was controlled by the Dark Lord of the Sith? And Obi-Wan says impossible. And Count Dooku literally says the dark side has clouded their vision. And it's a testament to Palpatine being that strong with the dark side.
And I don't know what dark side May has. It has the non-binary side, maybe, and that really doesn't do anything. But it's like any normal person can tell identical twins apart, especially if you are close to one of those identical twins. Especially if you fucking trained them for years. Like, you're going to notice something is off with them. Maybe
Exactly.
if it takes you 20 seconds or not, but you're gonna notice it pretty quickly. And for Soul, he didn't even notice shit. Took him a long time.
And yes, Ryan, that is in the Plagueis novel. That's a big part of the Plagueis novel, talking about the ability to clone, which, of course, Disney said no to the Plagueis novel. That's Legends.
It's
But
like,
yeah.
out of all the shit that they could have just kept, they could have kept that book.
I know,
Fucking-
right? It's
fucking
just,
idiots.
but then they couldn't have done the Acolyte. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, just soy number 1, just, shitting on the prequels like they always do. It's all they fucking have at this point. It's just,
And
it's disgusting.
And the soy.
I need to get that clip though. Soy boy.
Soy boy.
He's like, I got 7 really nice comments, and then I scroll down and it says soy boy, and just the look of defeat on his face. Oh, they sent mean
We need
comments to
to
me.
we need to remix that shit. Soy boy, soy
Soy-
boy.
Get some
Soy
sort
boy,
of remix,
soy
yeah.
boy.
So Darth Melvin actually exposed, speaking of soy number 2, Darth Melvin actually exposed soy number 2 recently on Twitter. For those of you that haven't seen it, whenever you're ready, Darth Melvin.
Okay, so soy number 2, Adam, he said this was on June 20th. Holy shit, man. If you're 60 years old and crying, go woke, go broke about fucking Star Wars, my soy. You need to get laid or preferably punched in the mouth. I don't know. So I took a screenshot of it and said Disney shill inciting violence. Hashtag triggered soy boy.
Soy boy.
29,000 views. Not bad for my Twitter. And then I took a look at the advanced Twitter search, and it turns out he's got a history of this. Turns out Adam of Heroes Reforged has a history of inciting violence. Star Wars is for everyone. This kind of violent behavior toward others should not be tolerated. And this was going on with the Wikipedia drama with Star Wars Theory. They're all attacking him for literally doing nothing. And you have this idiot inciting violence. And so I love throwing their politics back in their face. And I love watching them implode and eating each other. But the thing is, they usually never do eat each other because it's okay when Adam incites violence because they know he's a soy boy and he's got a soy boy pass. So some of the stuff I dug up on him, holy shit. All right, so we got that. Punch these people in the mouth. Pretty violent. At this rate, attempting to punch common sense into this person's face would just be a waste of time. So it's very violent right there. Just walked by someone on the boardwalk who said, Prague sucks and I've never wanted to punch someone in the throat harder. Must keep walking. So he has suppressing a lot of rage, and I think it's due to a high soy diet. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, but that would be my guess.
I would say that the average 60-year-old would be able to kick this guy's ass personally.
And so then the plot thickens. Look who has platformed Adam and his channel, Heroes Reforged. Star Wars Sexplained needs to denounce this violent behavior immediately. The Star Wars fandom isn't safe. Silence is endorsement. So they're all going after Star Wars Theory for this shit. And I found, look, Star Wars Sexplained. On the other side, most popular shill, most connected shill by Disney. They had them, the soys, on their platform. So why doesn't Sexplained have to denounce their behavior, their inciting of violence? And then the silence's endorsement is copying what Pete Fletcher said. But, did anyone denounce anything? No. Because they play by a different set of rules.
But it's always fun to call them out on it. Absolutely. And that Prague sucks, him getting triggered by people saying Prague sucks, like, I would not be surprised if people start saying that in their comment section going forward. I'm not ordering anyone to do that, but it would be pretty funny.
So yeah, too much soy in their diet, and they really need to just they really need to get on some testosterone replacement therapy. I don't know. I don't even think that would work. I really don't.
I don't even think it would work either. But anyway, real quickly, we have where was I? I forget where I left off. Damn it. There we go. Michael Scambati. Hi, am I a shill for liking the Batman? and excited for the Penguin HBO Max show. I'm a big Godfather and Sopranos fan, and I was hoping to see and hoping we'll see Black Mask. Shill for liking the Batman. Well, you're not really a shill for liking anything. You're a shill when you like come on here and just lie and become a cheerleader for everything you're watching, become a cheerleader for a company, get paid by a company either via paycheck or benefits. That's what makes you a shill. So the answer would be no. I would not say that you're a Batman shill for liking the Batman, being excited for the Penguin. I like the Batman, and I am pretty excited for the Penguin show as well.
If it was Disney Star Wars, I'd call you a shill.
If you said I'm excited for the Rey movie, I would probably call you a shill. At this point, yeah. I'm excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu, same thing.
The one thing, I saw the Batman. I thought it was okay. It's not the Dark Knight, but there's like nothing good out there anymore. Like, it's very rare that there's something good. So if you found something to latch on to that you're excited for, you know, that's some good stuff, because there's a lot of fucking shit out there. And we need more good content out there, more good stories. But the shills, you know, they just want their shipping stories. They just want their fucking Pornhub and Star Wars.
The shills have lowered the bar for these companies. They do watch these people. Jon Favreau admitted he watches these people. They have lowered the bar so much, like, oh, all we have to do is throw Luke Skywalker on the screen, which there is news about. They're bringing him back. You just have to throw whatever shit on the screen, and these shills will fucking do this, as Raging Rhino would say, seal clap for it. They've lowered the bar so much.
I figured he would be in Filoni's movie. Maybe not the Mando Grogu movie, but like Filoni's Avengers movie that's coming out, who knows when, like 2028, 2029. I figured he'd be in that, but like hearing about it now, some people reporting on it, it's just fucking cringe, because I hate the fact that anyone would get excited for Disney Star Wars and be thinking, oh, it could be saved, everyone. It could be saved, and it can't be saved. We have to root for it to fail.
Chunky for $5. Thank you. And thank you, Michael Scambati, for the $5. The soy in the middle is unhinged. He fantasizes about assaulting people who criticize the Wokalite on X. Hashtag freak, hashtag triggered soy boy. Yes, absolutely, Chunky. As we just discussed, thank you for the $5. CS for $10. Why do all three of these guys look alike? Massive soy vibes from all three of these. I have no idea. They are not related, apparently, but they all fucking look alike.
It's a product of a high soy diet.
Yeah. I guess that's just what you end up looking like. You know, you get overweight. Look at Roka. They're all going to grow up to look like Roka.
I think it's high soy, getting shoved in lockers, never picking up a weight in your life. Product of that, really.
The power of soy compels you. CS for another $2. All right. Thank you for the other $2. And I think it's about time. And I mean, just the look on her face immediately just sets it up immediately. I mean, just look at the look on her face already. Now, this was my face listening to these people simping over fucking Qimir all day. I mean, just Jesus Christ. There you go. There's your thumbnail shot at 0.00 in this video. Chlamydia Burns, Grace Randolph.
Fucking
and
gross.
gotta play the classic.
He vatored.
Fun fact, she has yet to do another watch along or reaction video ever since I yoinked that clip. Fun fact.
I just looked it up. She's 37. I thought she was like late 40s, early 50s. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, shilling for Disney takes a toll.
She just looks like an old shill. I don't know, it's gross.
She looks like a demon.
Yeah.
Like she looks like she's like, look at her here. She looks like she's possessed by Satan. Anyway, chat. All right, I'm gonna try it in full screen as always, and if it doesn't work, I'll put it in the lower screen. But like, are you ready? Are you ready for the chlamydia? Make sure you take your medicine afterwards, because we're going to expose ourselves to chlamydia for 15 minutes of chlamydia. This is her Acolyte episode 6 review, and it's going to be bad. Yeah, 37. Sniper the ladies man, unbelievable.
It's hard to follow up an episode as amazing as episode 5. And to be honest with you, I think episode 6 doesn't quite live up.
And Corey, it worked with the soys, but it's not working with her. All right.
She's just got like,
I think episode.
she's got an accent. Like, is she from like New York area?
I have no idea. I think that city in the background is just a backdrop behind a green screen.
It's like she's got an accent from, I think, like the Northeast, like with a bit of a retard mixed in there.
I was gonna say, and she has like the there's something about Mary when she puts the jizz in her hair going on. She's like got that kind of going on right there. If you notice, look at that up there.
Oh boy, I love the Acolyte.
Episode 6 doesn't quite live up to the challenge. I think the only thing that would be satisfying after so much glorious action is an info dump of answers. And instead, here we get the promise of answers to come. In episode 7, maybe, or 8. I mean, I'm nervous because Disney Plus with their Marvel and Star Wars shows has a track record of not delivering the answers.
She's like slurring her speech too, like a drunk person, and she hits these high pitches where it's not warranted. Yes, glorious action, apparently.
Glorious action! Whoa! My subscription to Communist Plus! Whoa!
And by the way, you can see it on the screen there right next to chlamydia. Leslie Headland's wife is a terrible actress and a very unattractive woman.
And she's a fucking bitch. She may have, a lot of people are thinking that she whipped Qimir.
Yes, I was going to mention that when we got there. Yeah, I think it absolutely. Now, why it didn't rip through his back, I don't know. Disney ruining lightsabers once again.
Now, here's another very good idea that would bring in a lot of money, is you get some whorehouse and you have someone whip the shills with the lightsaber whip.
You know,
people pay for that.
Leslie Headland said she wanted to inject her own personal life experiences into this show. I'm sure this was probably what goes on in their bedroom. As I vomit in my mouth here a little bit, they wanted to bring in what her and her, incredibly unattractive looking wife do in the bedroom into this show. And she gets to take it out on men in the meantime. So I don't know about the with the shills regarding the shipping those two characters. Is Leslie Headland going to push a heterosexual relationship in the show? My gut would tell me no.
Maybe. I mean, if this is Raylo 2.0, they might do it. Maybe
Perhaps.
they'll do a throuple. Maybe the twins with
Maybe.
Qimir.
And a fun fact, everyone, this video is already ratioed. As you can see, 479 likes, 611 dislikes. All the other shills aren't getting ratioed really anymore, but Chlamydia Burns still is.
They're saying it's a review bomb on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, then why are all the shills on YouTube getting ratioed? Like, that's an impressive review bomb. Like, it's just people fucking hate this show.
They promised, saying they'll come maybe in season 2, and then it takes forever for season 2, and then maybe season 3, and you're like, come on, man. So at least Qimir took his shirt off this episode.
Did you say queer mirror?
She can't pronounce. Yeah, she says Qimir. She can't even pronounce his name right.
Qui-Gon? Oh,
right? Like a Q without a U. For those of you who don't know, which I assume most of you in the chat do know, a Q without a U is a K sound, like Shaq for Shaquille, short for Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq. It's like just saying SHACK. That's how it's pronounced. She says it throughout the rest of it. Qimir. And she's happy that he took his shirt off. So Chlamydia Burns got very moist this episode.
And so at least Qimir took his shirt off this.
Yeah, Qimir. Queermere. Maybe he will end up being. Watch him be bisexual.
Episode. And I told you about Beefcake and Saul.
She says beefcake so fucking much. Jesus fucking Christ. And like she spends like half of the video talking about like now I'm fucking up and saying it. Qimir.
Acted very suspicious, which is, I think, very interesting. All right, so as the Acolyte does enter its endgame, just 2 episodes to go, it's also time to start thinking about the potential legacy of this show.
The legacy of this show.
All right, I'm ready for the intelligence breakdown from her and her insight of what's going to happen in the show and how it's going to be a reflection of the Star Wars fandom moving forward. You know, anyone's more qualified. It's Chlamydia Burns.
And paid by Disney. This woman is paid by Disney. She got early access to the first 4 episodes of the show. And she gets invited to every single premiere so she can get her reviews up ahead of everyone else. She is absolutely, and I think she gets a check as well.
Oh yeah, they are upping their games with the shills. I see it every day on Twitter. They're retweeting people. And like we do this, you know, like we have other jobs, and it's like we know who the shills are. We know who's high level, who's low level. All they gotta do is just pay like one person and to be in charge of that shit. And I think they are, and they have it down. They have their own list of shills, and they have their tier list, and they are running a more efficient operation when it comes to glorifying the shills. With something I have not seen them do it like ever at this level.
Yes,
but I don't think it's, even though it's disgusting, I don't think it's working because the show's terrible. It's not making money. The subscriptions are probably down on Communist Plus. We know the ratings are down, and that's only going to continue.
Well, she is about to counter your point, the point you just made, Darth Melvin, and her reason why is fucking hilarious.
Also time to start thinking about the potential legacy of this show. For all the hate that the show has garnered, it has consistently trended at the top every single night that it has aired, which is a plus for Disney Plus.
It's a plus on Twitter. Woo!
So the show has trended on Twitter, and that's a positive. The show is trending because everyone's shitting on it. That's why it is trending on Twitter. But she's taking that and she's spinning it to say, oh, everyone's talking about it on Twitter because they love the show. This woman has no idea what she's talking about. She knows she's been getting roasted on Twitter. She's getting roasted on her likes versus dislike ratio. It's unbelievable how unintelligent this woman is.
I think the weirdos on Twitter, which is like a handful, out of everyone in the Star Wars fandom, you got a handful of weirdos in Star Wars Twitter. I think they love this show. And everyone else, the people that matter, they don't love this show. And there's not subscribing. The views are down. So it's like the they, them, pronoun, Ukraine flag idiot that loves this show on Twitter it does not represent everyone. Just a small minority.
And she just exists in the safe space where they fucking say, but yeah, using the show trending on Twitter, that's her excuse for why the show is succeeding in her view.
Building on the momentum of X-Men 97, which was also very popular on social media, but unfortunately had not the same great drop time. I really think this 9 p.m. Eastern Standard drop time.
Like the show is not doing it. The views are going way down for the show, by the way. Like people are tuning out of the show, despite the best episode last week. Less and less people are watching the show.
I'm sorry, my global friends, but I think, for the news sources primarily, it's a tough call. But I really do think that it benefits content to drop at this time. The HBO drop time is excellent. And I still think it's ridiculous that Prime Video gave it up when they were also one of the first to jump on it. All right, so we've been talking about how Beefcake has been vital to the popularity of the MCU. And
Beefcake is back. So wait till you see where she goes with this. You're going to love this. This is about where I stopped. At this point. This is when I decided, okay, we're talking about this. This is where she earned her spot on Shill watch-alongs.
When they were also one of the first to jump on it. All right, so we've been talking about how Beefcake has been vital to the popularity of the MCU. And sure enough, the official entrance of the Stranger in episode 5 created a perfect storm of thirst tweets and respect for his fighting skills.
The show is succeeding because the show is good because of thirst tweets.
Fucking disgusting.
I wish I could. I'm going to blow this up. Can I read that tweet up there in the top left? I can't. Everyone make sure to take a deep breath and hydrate. I wonder if that's Sexplain's alt. His name is Alex. Everyone make sure to take a deep breath and hydrate. So that's a man. So again, it's all men. Fucking simping for this guy.
Love the shirtless dudes in Star Wars. All the Shill males. So I'm telling you, they're all bisexual. They're all they all want to have sex with each other, in orgies with the Grogu dolls. That's what they do at Lucasfilm secret meetings.
Yeah. Spoiler warning for Acolyte Shill's episode 6. Cuck calls him hot.
Oh my god.
He does. He literally 100%.
Now, was he revealed to be bisexual before, or he's just throwing that out there?
He is. They are both bisexual.
Okay. But he's still a cuck.
It's a open marriage cuck. I don't know what it is. Just the layers of this marriage. It's just crazy how these people have redefined what marriage is in the past 10, 15, 20 years.
That the online hate seems to have at last finally been countered.
Oh, okay. This is the point that she makes where I officially shut it off. She says that the Beefcake has countered all the hate that the Acolyte is getting. Is what is the point she's trying to make here.
The official entrance of the
just making the Shill soys excited.
Yeah.
Stranger in episode 5 created a perfect storm of thirst tweets and respect for his fighting skills. That the online hate seems to have at last finally been countered. There was a lot of hate out of the gate for this show, but there was a real lack of positivity to combat it. Now we're finally finding ourselves in a space where at least it seems, evenly matched. So that's really important for the show.
Great
Thirst
analyzation.
Thirst tweets and his fighting, which was not as good as, there's a reason they shot it in the dark in the woods with a bunch of trees blocking the fight. Because if you look closely, it's not that good. It's good for Disney Star Wars standards of lightsaber battles, but not real Star Wars. But no, the thirst tweets are countering all the hate this show. All it is doing is exposing these mentally ill people.
So anyone who was on the fence about Disney Star Wars and wanted to see a show about Sith, they're getting lesbian witches, and then they're getting shirtless guys, and the Shills are saying, "Oh, it's you should be excited about this." Thirst tweets, and it's not going to convince any real fan to like the show. It's just deranged, degenerate behavior.
Further proof of the show finally finding its footing is that the Stranger's helmet went on pre-sale after episode 5 and sold out almost immediately at $100.
Oh, who
I'm
the
sure.
fuck
I'm sure it
cares?
sold out. Yeah, I don't buy that for a second.
$100 a pop. The stock seems to have now been replenished, though, is because now you can still reorder it. But still, the Stranger is, I think, definitely a very cool character. As I said, last week's episode was basically an ad for Cortosis, and they continued with the hard sell this week, which we will discuss. I really love what they're doing with Qimir. But basically,
Qimir. Again.
the Acolyte has people talking about Star Wars. That's really important. And even more so is that the Acolyte has finally succeeded in bringing in the new fans to Star Wars at a
Here we
level that
go.
Disney has wanted since they first acquired the property, but have not yet been able to do. So the
Acolyte is bringing in the new fans that Disney wants, and it's giving the fucking boot to the real fans.
I don't
There
think
you
they're
go.
bringing in any fans.
I don't think. I mean, you're bringing in a handful of mentally ill, deranged people on Twitter. And you're losing a hell of a lot more than that. And this episode does that. Like, what is this woman on? Where is her proof of this? She has no statistics whatsoever. Oh, other than the helmet sold out.
She never like says anything important. It's just all fucking garbage what she says.
Yeah, this is an episode 6 breakdown, by the way. We are 3 minutes in, so about a quarter, just under a quarter of the way through, and she hasn't even talked about the episode.
Exactly.
and bringing in the new fans to Star Wars at a level that Disney has wanted since they first acquired the property, but have not yet been able to do. So the Acolyte with Qimir finally accomplished that. They brought this new...
She's so stupid.
Where's your evidence to back that up? That the new fans are now watching this show?
People are thirst tweets, apparently, is her evidence.
Ridiculous.
Group, I think, the social media fans, and they got them interested in Star Wars, which is, no small feat because they have not been able to do it. Another big question is that are any of these characters going to make the jump from beyond this show to becoming overall Star Wars fan favorites? I think
What do you think, Darth Melvin? Are any characters from this show going to be up there with, I don't know, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Anakin Vader?
No, but with the fake fans, sure. Like, Yord is already, like, above Anakin. Yord, because all you had to do is take his shirt off and, already better than Anakin, better than Luke. That's just how they think. Soul is the new Qui-Gon. They were saying that, like, before the show started.
on this show to becoming overall Star Wars fan favorites. I think the obvious contenders are Qimir and Saul, who might even end up being
Saul? Better Call Saul?
And I just want to make the point, as bad as this show is, but you look at all the characters in the show, and their backgrounds and everything. Who are the least interesting characters in this show? It is Amanda Stenberg and the twins.
Yep.
No one gives a fuck about them. There's no Osha horde. No, it's a Yord horde. There's no Osha stands. There's Jecki stands. No one's saying anything about her like they are with any other of these characters.
It's it's fucking, nobody's talking about him.
No thirst trap tweets with their fucking stupid cringe music video.
more of a yin and yang situation than May and Osha. In fact, who was Qimir's Jedi Master? We discovered that at one point he was a Jedi, the one who literally stabbed him in the back. Was it Saul? I think that's the first obvious guess. But some fans are guessing that based on the shape of Qimir's scars, perhaps Vernestra was his master with her lightsaber whip, which is maybe why they revealed it in this episode. Because you have to wonder, why did they do that? Because, I think a prequel show has to be careful. Any prequel has to be careful about introducing things that are very cool, cortosis, lightsaber whips, but that have never shown up in any of the Star Wars stories that take place afterwards in the timeline. You're like, why were these awesome things abandoned? I mean, I'm willing to go along with cortosis because it's just so cool.
And because this show is doing just such a great job at respecting what comes after it.
And I think that scar is the lightsaber whip because it's best not to overthink Disney Star Wars.
Yes, the obvious answer.
It's obvious. It's in the episode, and so it's like that's what it is. It's not anything more. It's like there's expecting people to be like, "Oh, that's cool," but there's no surprise there. It's like with him being Smilo Ren, it's like everyone knew it.
Yep, everyone called it. It's like, and there were like even some of us on our side fell for this. It's like, are they going to pull a Solo? Is it going to take the mask off and it's going to be a whammon? Like, I know that always is a possibility, but you think Leslie Headland has the creative ability to creatively write something compelling? You have to think about that. Absolutely not.
See, like, it was so obvious. It was like so retarded. It's like, oh, it can't be him because it's so retarded. But it's him because it's retarded. That's Disney Star Wars writing for you.
Yeah, it's the only other guy there.
So definitely, I think he was whipped. I don't know if she was his master, but he was whipped by her. And maybe it was a sexual whipping. Maybe we're going to get that in episode 7 or episode 8. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're going to ship those two characters.
That's what we should start doing. We should start shipping characters that would piss like the shills would even the shills would find disgusting.
Did you see?
We should start doing that on our side. Just I don't know, like Soul and Osha. that would probably like, no, you can't do that. He was her master. That was like, yeah, but you never know. They could have had a little fling.
See, if you created that, they would find it weird and not get behind it. But if some other freak created it, they'd love it. So they just know that you created it and you're not in their club. And they just have a sense for it.
I know. We need anyone out there with a mock Twitter account, or maybe the fake news Kyle Katarn Twitter account can get that out there. I think that would be very compelling. Anyway, back to chlamydia.
But I felt that the lightsaber whip was kind of pushing it. However, the Acolyte has proven to be very deliberate with some of its writing. Like Leslie Headland admitted that all the red shirts going into the fight with the stranger were an intentional misdirect so that audiences would assume that they would be the only characters killed and not realize the two main characters, Yord and Jecki, would also be killed. And that's very clever. Yet
yeah, that's clever to set up characters for 4 episodes, characters that the Disney shills on Twitter actually liked. They would love to see in a season 2, and they killed them off. And so it's like, what was the point in setting up their stories in the first few episodes? And to be honest, they did not set up the stories well anyways, because when they died, who the fuck cares? There's no emotional attachment there. They're got a couple lines in some of the episodes, mm-hmm. And then you had the lesbian witch episode 3, so you kind of forget about them. The only ones who cared were the people that loved the shirtless scenes in the show. Those are the only people that cared.
Charles has an interesting question. How did Soul figure out that it was May and not Osha? I have no honest idea if he knew the entire time, or if because of the droid, her lack of empathy for the droid, or if it was just the fact she didn't know how to repair the ship. I personally have no idea.
It was either the droids or the Basil idiot, the they them did it, or he talked with her for a couple minutes and he's just like, all right, this is not her. But yeah. He should have known from the beginning because he's a Jedi. And it's he should just pick up on the vibe. People give off vibes, and he should have just been able to tell, hey, this is not Osha.
And by the way, as far as Soul knows, Osha is still likely on the planet. Could very well be on the planet, and he just leaves.
Yeah, like how does he know that she's with Qimir? And it's just stupid to assume that he took her. Like, if anything, I'd assume that she's dead. Because Qimir tried to kill both of them in the last episode. That I don't understand the change of heart. And if it's revealed that he's got like a greater plan for Osha, that I still think there might be some sort of dyad thing with her and May that he's trying to tap into. And if there is a bigger plan that he's got, why did he try to kill them in the last episode? Literally tried to kill them. Doesn't make any sense.
At the same time, we seem to be worlds away from the Witches of Brendok storyline on this show. So we'll see if Headland and company really do end up tying this all together, in a satisfactory way.
I think
I guarantee they will tie it together in a satisfactory way. I'm Chlamydia Burns. Woo! I'm 37 years old, but I look like I'm 50. Woo!
absolutely colors her hair, by the way. I can see it.
Looks like a grandma.
Very well, maybe. I don't know, for Christ's sake.
Because like sometimes the show seems quite clever, but then other times you're like, maybe not. We'll also see if Saul or Qimir come out of this season alive. We still don't know what's going on with Saul yet, and
I think they're both getting wrecked. I think Qimir. I think Chimir's getting killed. He's getting strong women. He's getting Rey versus Kylo Ren in the Force Awakens. Absolutely.
And I think Leslie, said that everything's getting tied up. And I think she would love to have a season 2, season 3 maybe, but like the ratings of this show suggest that's not gonna fucking happen. And so I think there's gonna be a definitive ending to this season, to this show. So it's like not cooler. It's not cooler than you think with some people. They think in their heads, oh, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for that. And it's never going to live up to your expectations. I saw some idiot on Twitter today thinking it would be cool for Osha to tap into her dark side. And he's like getting excited for that. It's like, bro, Osha's a shit fucking character. Like, why do you care?
It's like they want to see like both of them, dark side, master and apprentice, and they want them fucking. That's what they want.
So far, the other 3 Jedi from that group on Brendok have been killed. Will all 4 die? It would seem that would be the, the neat way to tie it up. But I like Saul. I'd like him to stick around. He's very menacing this episode. As I told you, I'd like to see him go to the dark side, to be honest with you. But I think it's
fucking idiots.
Okay, he hasn't gone to the dark side already. From whatever the fuck he did, he probably misgendered one of the lesbian witches, and he hasn't gone to the dark side yet. But the Chlamydia Burns thinks he's going to go to the dark side. The guy who passed up a kill shot on this motherfucker. So he doesn't want to kill Smilo Ren, has the kill shot, passes it up, and then when he gets on the communicator at the ship, he doesn't tell them that the Sith are back. You guy's a fucking moron. And I can't wait to hear the bullshit that happened on the lesbian witch planet. And I guarantee it's like not that bad. And he's been crying about it for years.
They've been teasing it since like episode 2.
It's safe to say that if Qimir survives, with the jury's still out on Saul because, we don't know everything about him. But I think Qimir is already clearly a fan favorite, especially for the new Star Wars fans that he's bringing into the franchise. They've
Alex, yes, Alex there. Alex, a man posting Qimir with hearts in the picture. Yeah, these are all the new Star Wars fans. Disney's. No, these people have been there. Just
it amazes me how they haven't figured this out already, and they haven't figured out how to monetize it. You have all the rainbow people that like Disney Star Wars, And everyone loved Reylo, obsessed over Reylo, obsessed over Kylo Ren, the shirtless scene there. It's like, why don't they do this more to get to appeal to this stupid fucking fake fan base? And I think they're like just kind of figuring it out, or they're like, it's happening by accident.
Yeah.
Really found something here with Qimir. And kudos to Manny Jacinto. Star Wars is an almost 50-year-old franchise. And when it started, it portrayed an old school black and white approach to good and evil. You're either good or you're evil. Sure, you can go back and forth maybe, but at every moment.
Here, she's going to tell us about real Star Wars now. The woman who forgot that Obi-Wan Kenobi died in A New Hope, and the woman who forgot that Anakin Skywalker was redeemed at the end of Return of the Jedi, claiming that the dark side ultimately won out with Anakin Skywalker. This woman's going to tell us about real Star Wars.
It's like, how far are we into this? I can't see. Is it 9 minutes?
6.5.
6.5. Like, who the fuck is watching 6.5 minutes into this video and like on the edge of their seats? They're like, oh, I wonder what she's going to say next.
We are here at Shill Watch-Alongs.
I think we're the only ones. I think a lot of people just click, hear her talk for like 2 seconds and click the fuck off.
And you have to pick a side. The Acolyte, though, and specifically Qimir, embrace the modern thinking of a world of grays, and that there is no clear cut good and evil, and that perspective means.
Here we go.
She's saying he's a gray Jedi?
She's saying just like we live in a world of grays where good and evil isn't clearly defined.
He murdered the fuck out of all the Jedi when like he didn't have to.
Yeah, but he's the beefcake.
It's just like sickening, these shills, and they want to ship these characters. The guy's a murderer. Like, you could say like good is a point of view.
He killed a child.
Yeah. Like, good is a point of view. You can argue that, but this guy unnecessarily killed a whole bunch of people. This isn't like Count Dooku, where he's like very calculated and everything, and it's like mostly political. This guy just fucking slaughtered a whole bunch of people. And it's the same thing with Kylo Ren, like total murderer, but it's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay, ship them together. Like, imagine, like, this carries over into the real world, into their relationships. These people are psychotic.
Yeah. But no, they just want to see it. They want to see the fucking stuff. They want to see the interracial relationship, and they want to see the progress and the gray, and not everything is good and evil. You know, they're good and we're evil in real life. Them and their politics is good, and us and our politics is evil in their eyes.
It's like our politics are bad. We're sexist, misogynist, and everything. But like these guys are murderers, but it's okay.
And that there is no clear-cut good and evil, and that perspective means that one person's evil is another person's good, and vice versa. Qimir literally argues semantics when Osha calls tapping into the Force via the emotions of anger, fear, and hatred as the dark side. It's like, whoa, don't label me, man. Qimir also...
Jesus Christ, she's so fucking crazy.
It's like he's obviously like fucking with her.
Yes, this is all an act. This is all an act to... Yeah, this is seduction to the dark side. And if someone competent were writing this has the potential to be good. Someone not Disney, not Leslie Headland.
It's just these shills. I can't believe we're talking about shipping these characters just out of nowhere when the first 5 episodes had nothing to do with that. Like you saw the ending of the 4th episode, and then the Red Wedding, according to the shills, episode 5, and now we're getting into shipping these characters. It's absurd. Hashtag Kiadi Mundi. Shouldn't be in the fucking show.
also says he's in search of the power of two, aka the rule of two, and that he's so desperate for an acolyte that he'll switch Osha in for May, no problem, because maybe she can see the big picture. And for a little extra incentive, he puts on a show. Now, this is still Disney, so you have to use your imagination.
I guarantee she used her imagination watching this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, look at that face there.
Oh my god, well, I was thinking they're gonna show his dong, but I remember it was Disney Plus. I glazed went off.
But still, the dialogue is surprisingly suggestive. You know, creator.
It what like the dialogue? What there was like a lot of innuendo, like you know, like what does he say later in the episode? Like, you know, you can't love someone, you know, establish a connection that's deep or something. Like he uses the word deep. Or like deep inside you, the love deep, and you can't express the love deep inside you, or something like that. Like just like fucking cringe writing, and the fucking shills were getting hard-ons over that.
And it's like the whole time he's training May, for whatever reason, he decided to train her. He's not showing his face. He's got the helmet on, but with her, it's like, oh, whatever. He's going no helmet. And it's just a new approach. And he tried to kill her in the last episode. But are we going to get any kind of like context behind it? No, because we're getting the flashback next week.
We're getting that, and they're probably going to have like a heart-to-heart at some point, and then who knows? Like, who knows what the fuck they'll do?
Has also said that she was drawn to Obi-Wan's line that Darth Vader was seduced by the dark side.
This is another thing I'm hearing, that like he's like actually like sexually trying to seduce her. That's another thing that a lot of these people are saying, like seduced to the dark side, that it's sexual now. Seduction to the dark side, and then he strips for her, and then and they fucking think that's great. They think it's fucking sexy. Oh my god, these fucking shills. When did Star Wars become this?
100% George Lucas's vision.
Apparently.
I'll tell you, they don't give a fuck about George Lucas. Never did. They like Disney Star Wars better.
It's interesting. And it seems that Qimir, she's
She said it right that time. Jesus.
Presenting someone who can seduce in every possible way, not just sexually, but also by offering power. Power seduces. He tells Osha that she was never able to become a Jedi because her anger over what happened on Brendok has held her back. But that's only due to the Jedi teachings of how you can tap into the Force.
We never got any inclination of that in 5 episodes of this show, that Osha had any sort of anger or frustration.
And how does he know? Like, and we don't even know if at the beginning of this he knew that Osha was alive. Like, because look at what May and her allegiance to Osha. Like, he didn't foresee that happening. She was willing to fuck him over for her twin. So it's like, was he aware she was alive? And if not, how all of a sudden does he know about her history with the Jedi? And if he did know everything from the beginning, like, why is he in this situation where his fucking acolyte turned on him? It's just terrible planning with this guy.
But he tells her that with his own approach, you know, call it what you will, what held her back as a Jedi would actually make her very powerful as a Sith. And that's when he brings out the helmet. He brings it back. He's not only fixed it, but we see that this unknown planet is rich in cortosis, so that if she likes the test run, they could conceivably make her own helmet. Oh, please do. And I hope it looks a little different. This is fun. Make your own cortosis helmet. What a class.
I think she's reading a teleprompter. I'm getting Joe Biden vibes here as like I'm listening to this. Like I'm absolutely getting fucking Joe Biden. Like, what a class. I'm just waiting for her to have a 15-second pause.
Oh. Fuck.
Do you think this planet is Octu?
No, Leslie Headland says it's not, and it's supposed to look like Octu though.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you're supposed to get Last Jedi vibes from it. So I feel a little vindicated. I made a video before the show started thinking like it's Octu, and I'm thinking like, oh, I was way off on that, but that kind of confirms that I wasn't really that way off. It's just not Octu.
Yeah, a bunch of the shills think it is, and they're like dying on that hill that it is. But like I didn't think it was when I didn't see porgs anywhere. I was like, okay, like if it were, there would be fucking porgs, and there weren't. So that was my inclination towards it.
Let's add that to the Disney theme park experience. You need a lot of cortosis, but there's a lot on that planet. And speaking of that unknown planet, eagle-eyed Star Wars fans have already guessed that this is likely the planet Beldemnik, an ocean planet that has a lot of cortosis, which was controlled by, wait for it, Darth Tenebris and Darth Plagueis, who we just talked.
Did she say his name wrong?
Tenebris.
I thought she said Cinebris.
What did she say?
Wait for it, Darth Tenebris and Darth Plagueis, who we just.
She did say Cinebris.
Cinebris.
Darth Tenebris.
Cinebris. Like cinnamon?
I'm actually surprised she said the planet, and she said Plagueis, but she ruined it with Cinebris.
Clearly she got on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Before doing this. Cinebris. Yeah, Darth Cinebris, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We got the hashtag fake fan. Oh my God. It's almost like she does it on purpose.
Talked about last week in the history of the Sith, a master, an apprentice, and eventually the apprentice kills the master so that they can become the master and take on a new apprentice. Plagueis killed Tenebris, then took on eventually at some point Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, as his
trying to explain. Yeah, she has no idea
I think
what
you're
she's
right.
even talking about.
She goes on Wikipedia and then like reads the names and doesn't know how to pronounce them. Hashtag fake fan.
Fucks it up.
Apprentice who then slain him and eventually went to get Anakin Skywalker and turned him into Darth Vader. So it's like the little Sith family tree. It is, speaking of Darth Vader, this show sure likes Anakin Skywalker, much to the annoyance of some.
Is that right? Is
Speaking
that right?
of Darth Vader.
This show loves Anakin, yeah, especially in episode 3. Jesus
Speaking of
Christ.
Darth Vader, he Vadered! Oh! Because she Vaders, and Vader's hard at the end of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Puts the helmet on and starts breathing.
He Vadered! Darth Vader. So it's like the little Sith family tree. It is, speaking of Darth Vader, this show sure likes Anakin Skywalker, much to the annoyance of some Star Wars fans. But I thought it was a sweet touch to have her do.
Much to the annoyance of stuff. Yeah, doesn't acknowledge what they're saying because she has no idea. She can't explain her way out of it. Fucking dumb ass. Fake fan. I thought that helmet looked stupid on Osha as well. It doesn't look intimidating at all.
And it's like you can't see out of it. It's like, I know you could use the Force and everything, but like you can't see out of it.
I know, it's just a little fucking, yeah, very small. I don't know, like some of the shills were saying that like, oh, wearing the mask, it forces you to use the Force to see your opponent, but I just think that's a load of shit.
I just think you're more powerful if you can see everything and then just use the Force on top of that. Not have a disability, but not being able to see, like being legally blind, basically. No peripheral vision.
I don't know.
Ridiculous. And it's like, yeah, it's just fucking stupid.
Real quick, let's knock some of these super chats out real quick. Black Seat Biz for $2. She's the Shill Shrill. Thank you for the $2. CS for another 10. Rudolph the Grace-Nosed Pig Bear is an absolutely shill-tastic dog creature. This woman is what you see when you experience an awful nightmare. Yes, this right here is like an awful nightmare. But we are pushing through. Hunter became a new member. Thank you, Hunter, for becoming a member on the channel. And speaking of members, Darth Ghostface gifted another 10 members.
She has a makeshift Iron Man suit. Let's go.
Getting those memberships in. Thank you, Darth Ghostface. Thank you for showing up tonight as well as always. Chunky for another $5. Simon Rabies can't wait to get pegged by that limp dick saber. You would enjoy it.
Did you check out Simon's reaction to the pool scene with Qimir?
I got it. Did you see it?
I checked it out and it was pretty funny. I don't think anything's gonna top the original Yord, but he did say something interesting.
Yeah, he said something very interesting, and I got it.
Nice.
And CS for $2, 37 going on 57. Yeah, I think you're right.
I literally thought she was 50.
I thought she was like mid to late 40s, but yeah.
Just looks old.
Darth Vader style breathing when she put the helmet on, right? I liked that. And we learned that not only does cortosis.
I like that.
The fucking Vader bitch. I bet she did like the Vader's breathing.
She probably shouted it out.
Disrupt a lightsaber and block out Jedi mind powers, but it also acts as a portable sensory deprivation tank, making it just you and the Force in there so that you can create a perhaps the most powerful connection with it. I liked that a lot. Sold. I was already sold, but now I feel.
Yeah, we know you were already sold on this show, Chlamydia. Jesus Christ. You were sold from the moment it was announced and the moment a lesbian was running the show. Which I think that's one of the biggest reasons why she's supporting this show, despite she has no idea. Like, just the fact that it's a woman showrunner and a lesbian woman showrunner. So it has to be supported in her eyes.
Really good about my decision. And wow, you cannot see that through that thing as I suspected, which solidifies my earlier theory that you have to see through that helmet by using the Force, which is interesting because sensory deprivation tanks are often depicted as allowing their users to see by other methods. You know, you've seen it on Stranger Things. And there are actually real life reports of people doing this in real life for the CIA and beyond. Fascinating. Also, last episode, some Star Wars fans also picked up on.
I'm sure she knows all about that. Fucking connected with Disney and their shit.
Oh, yeah. God, just every fucking screenshot.
You can't see it. Like, if you can see, you should be able to see. Like, you shouldn't be wearing a helmet where you can't see. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If you are blind, it's like you have to do what you got to do. But if like you can see, it's like fuck this shit.
The last episode, some Star Wars fans also picked up on the fact that Kylo Ren's theme was being used in the background. And Headland says that was also intentional. And there are some theories that Qimir and perhaps Osha are the start of maybe not the Sith, but the Knights of Ren, who are an independent group that aren't officially Sith. And what do you know? The initiation rite to get into the Knights of Ren is to kill someone, just like what has been asked of May on this series. I mean,
yeah, just got to tie it into the sequel. All these shills hate, a lot of these shows at least claim they hate the sequels, but whenever Disney's tying into it, you know, they're starting to get excited about it.
Oh, these people, the ones with the disclaimers that say they hate the sequels, they will always were going to be first in line for episode 10, Rey Skywalker Returns. Always. Always going to jerk off the Filoni-verse and everything that tries to make the sequels quote unquote better. It's like these people are certified Ray boys. You might as well like cut to the chase, and it's like they're Ray boys, always been Ray boys, and they always will be Ray boys.
And you got to call them Ray boys.
Yeah, and they get so mad about it, but it's like they're in the closet about it.
Yeah.
They don't specify with a weapon or not, but maybe they change the orientation rules. They're like, oh, it seems like, let's just get somebody. They also have a strong belief in their freedom and their right to do and take anything that they want. Sounding pretty familiar. Now, I know right now Qimir is all about the rule of two, but maybe he'll decide, what the heck, let's expand into a group. I'm not really buying Qamir's pitch though when you talk about recruitment. And could he really turn Osha in just a 30-minute episode? Seems like it. That to me is a little weak when it comes to the writing.
Oh my God, are we delving into criticism?
This scene was so stupid. I think at this situation, he's probably safe from her. Like, it's still bad, but before, he was like setting himself up to get Han Solo'd Force Awakens style. It's just like, what are you fucking doing? he's just like, oh, go ahead and do it. Do it. It's like, easily could have just killed him. Here, I think he's a tad safer, but it's still ridiculous, like how close she is to fucking killing him.
This was the scene that the Nut Gobbler said had sexual tension.
I just think it's the fucking degenerates watching it.
Ignite, yeah, the sabers ignited. Ooh.
There's no development with this show. It's like we're doing this episode 6. Episode 6, we're just like flipping the script here, and all of a sudden she might become dark.
Like, this is where like the show should have started. Like, the show, if you wanted the show would have still sucked, but like if you wanted to do a better show, just make it about Qimir. Like, it would have been better. It still would have sucked because Leslie Headland of Disney's writing it, but like what are we doing? What was the point of the lesbian witches at this point? I mean, we're gonna go back, I guess, but like you could remove them from it and it wouldn't change anything really.
They are the collective Riva of this show, the witches. Like they were not like, regardless the show breaks canon, you could have just done a story about Smilo Ren and just the Sith in general, like being around and deaths popping up with Jedi that are very mysterious. They have no idea what's going on, how they got killed, or people missing, basically. But instead you throw the witches in the mix, like they did in the Kenobi show with Riva. No one wanted to see that. No one cared. And it's the same thing with the witches. Like, just putting shit in that no one wants to see. No one wanted to see them, and the whole show is about it.
Yeah, people wanted a show about the Sith, and they clickbaited everyone. Leslie Headland said it herself. This is a Sith-focused story, and it isn't. And now they're saying, oh, this isn't Sith at all. It's Knights of Ren.
That would be like an insult to the Disney Star Wars fans, I think. But they won't see it like that because they love the sequels.
Yeah, it'll be a twist.
And I think it's very unfortunate that Osha and May, who are supposed to be the leads of this show, are so quickly losing ground narratively. Some fans are shipping Osha and Qimir, by the way, but how can that be romantic? I mean, I was all for Raylo. I totally was a fan of Raylo.
You're for it. You are 100% for it. You were just talking about the seduction of the Darth. Mark she's going to praise it if they go that route. And of course, she's a fucking Raylo. She was a Raylo when she ever Jesus Christ, fucking Raylo was so stupid. Proud Raylo.
These shippers are fucking weird. Like, it's one thing to like this show. They're out on Twitter, and they want to form like a new group, like the Raylo 2.0, whatever you call this, the Oshmir, the Oshkai, whatever it is. Like, they want to like talk about it on Twitter. They want to pull their pants down. They want to start sexting people about it. Is this just disgusting?
Yeah.
Are shipping Osha and Qimir, by the way, but how can that be romantic? I mean, I was all for Raylo. I totally was a fan of Raylo, but this, I mean, he's swapping out.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Kylo killed numerous fucking people. He killed her father figure in Han Solo.
Like, Starkiller Base killed billions of people. Billions. But it's like, oh, we're force connected, and and Luke Skywalker possibly tried to kill me, so I'm a victim. Killed billions of people.
Rise of Skywalker fan, Grace Randolph.
Out one twin sister for the other. I just think that's really creepy. All right, now what's going on with Saul? Well, Qimir vamps it up on that Cortosis planet. Back on Kofar, Saul is having a nervous breakdown. Very effectively, though. Lee Jung-jae's acting is fantastic. Like that quiet moment of reflection when he's resetting the transmitter. That was really nice. I was like, beautiful. Such a good actor.
I actually think his acting was not good when he was alerting the Jedi of what happened.
Yeah.
He's just like very like calm. Like, oh, my team is dead. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I wonder, I'd
be tweaking.
I was waiting to see if she's going to mention that, like, because remember, she said in the last episode that, like, he can't go to the Jedi on Coruscant and report it because that would damage canon. But, here he is trying to talk to it. And then conveniently, the ship's communicator and power shuts off. Conveniently. Great writing, as we said earlier. So like, I was waiting to see if she brings it up. I don't think she is.
And there's talks that he maybe killed everyone. So by him not like saying like, hey, the Sith, some guy with the red lightsaber killed everyone. It's like they're thinking like maybe he's behind it.
Yeah.
Transmitter, he eventually turns it off. Yes, when the Jedi say they're coming with a rescue team, he not only turns off the transmitter, but he leaves the planet going off the grid with May as his prisoner. I also saw some people point out that say what you will, but Qimir did not tie up Osha, and Saul has tied up May. I really am.
Oh, it's Gray, the Gray Jedi, you know, the Jedi are evil again. I mean, I think it's like logical for him to tie her up at that point. Jesus fucking Christ. But anyway.
Yeah, he's going to reveal how he misgendered the witches in the next episode.
There we go. Biggest villain in all of Star Wars.
Saul and Qimir. I'd like to think that he knew it was May the whole time. I'm like, come on, Saul, tell me you knew it the whole time. But realistically, when do you think he was tipped off? I think there's a chance when she said in their conversation that she'd been when May was pretending to be Osha, she said she was a Jedi. And of course, Osha never made it to Jedi. But maybe just, Basil was with him in the end there. So maybe Basil just is the one who tipped him off. I got to
it was said in a previous episode that Yord was the only one who could understand Basil, I believe.
Okay, great to have. What was he supposed to be, the guide or something?
Yeah, the tracker.
Why didn't they just have a droid or something?
I don't fucking know. Another action figure they could have sold.
I thought the Basil stuff was super lame. And did May turn Pip evil? I would also think that Saul would be alerted by
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look, it has a red light, just like the fucking red is bad. It's red.
Yeah.
The fact that Pip now had glowing red eyes, basically. I was like, seems like maybe that's not Osha. Here's another new bit of info, though. Saul says he's had 16 years to think of what he'd say to May if he ever had the chance, which means he knew that she survived all along. That's an incredible bit of information. What kind of Jedi abandons a child alone on a planet after that massacre, seemingly alone? Even if he did think she was evil, that is just a really big bit of information. And whoa, the groundwork has also been laid to maybe blame that entire Jedi massacre on Kofar on Saul. I mean, Vernestra clearly knows he didn't do it, but when that Padawan suggests that maybe he did, she doesn't correct him. I think she's keeping her options open for a possible scapegoat, especially because she's just learned that the Senate is about to conduct a review of the Jedi. Politics and bureaucracy, always the true evil of Star Wars. And maybe real life, very scary.
Oh, wonder what that's in reference to.
What did she say?
She's talking about how, I'll play it again. She's talking about how the Senate is like, and politics is like, here, I'll just play it again.
Is about to conduct a review.
She's just fucking brutal.
I think I know. I think she's trying to draw a comparison to like the Senate in the Republic, the corrupt Senate in on Coruscant, and current events going on in our country today.
The Jedi. Politics and bureaucracy, always the true evil of Star Wars. And maybe real life, very scary.
Just a subtle, like, present day America? I don't know. Because her guy's going to lose.
So those are my thoughts on the Acolyte.
Supposedly he's still in the race. I don't know if this is a bait and switch, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Got no fucking chance of winning.
Episode 6, and there are just 2 more episodes to go. And we know that one of those will have a significant amount of flashbacks when we finally find out what really happened on Brendok. Maybe that's where Saul is taking May. Maybe that's where we'll have our rendezvous. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's enough time to tie everything up together in a satisfactory way, but let's see.
It's not.
Again, I just hope that Qimir and Saul make it out of this season alive, and that Osha and May get back on track with their character development.
I think they're both gone. I think that's pretty safely say that. Qimir, he's just there. They're pushing Qimir in the last episode and this one, and most likely the next one. They're just trying to fatten him up like a pig. They're fattening him up, and then in the finale, they're gonna feed him to May and Osha, or just May, or just Osha. They're gonna feed him to the strong women.
I think so.
Yeah.
And Leslie Headland thought episode 5 was her favorite. So what does it say about episode 8? Episode 8 should be like a banger episode. Doesn't seem like it, according to Leslie Headland.
I think that was the Phantom Menace duel. And did you see what Simon said about that, Darth Melvin, since you said you tuned into the video for a sec?
I did not catch that.
He said it was about the same. He's like, I'm not going to say it's more, but it was about the same as the Phantom Menace duel.
This guy is a fucking yord motherfucker. He has to be just saying that to be a shill, just to say it for clicks, for I don't know, like part of his image. He can't actually believe that's better than the Phantom Menace. The Duel of the Fates. Ridiculous.
And real quick, Angel of Sorrow dropping another 50 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Angel of Sorrow, earning that let's go.
Let's go!
If that is the best duel, better than the Duel of the Fates, what part specifically are we talking about? Because it bounces around. Like, there's no one specific duel. It's all chopped up, different opponents, and like it doesn't last very long when they are fighting. It like starts with Smilo massacring the Woke Republic Jedi, Smilo and Soul, Smilo and Jecki, Smilo, Soul, and Jecki. It just like it's not like one battle. But maybe it's coming in episode 8. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, but thank you, Angel of Sorrow. That is 150 gifted memberships this week from Angel of Sorrow. Thank you so much, Angel of Sorrow, for the 50 gifted memberships. And we are...
I am winning. Continuously winning.
She has not tweeted since she got roasted for that There Are More of Us video, by the way. Fun fact.
And, maybe she was catfished by Ash Rendar as well.
Maybe she sent some of the exclusive premium OnlyFans content to Ash Rendar for free.
Possibly.
Anyway, almost done with, we're almost through our bout of chlamydia for the evening, chat.
So what did you think? Share your thoughts down below.
Oh, and we are done. Great. I am actually, great job, everyone.
I
made it.
Will never watch her again unless I am streaming with Grizzy.
Unless she gets exposed by Darth Melvin as well.
Oh yeah, I might have to do a deep dive expose video on her, but after that, she's gonna have to get to the back of the line because I've had enough for a lifetime of that bitch. It's just that's how she is. Just fucking cringe, boring. I can't believe people watch her.
It's going down like. I don't know, man. She is ripped on. Probably out of all the shills, she's probably the one ripped on the most by the people on our side. She's just obviously paid by Disney, obviously paid by these big corporations.
I don't even know why they bother with her. Like, she's retarded.
I don't know either. Woman, I guess.
I guess that's the only thing she's got going for her. Some like aging disability where she looks like she's 50.
I don't know. She was like big. She's been like big a long time ago. I don't know what. I've only recently become aware of her since I started the channel, and people were in the early days like, you gotta rip Grace Randolph. Like, her takes are so bad. But like, I didn't really know her that much before I started the channel.
I thought she was like a scooper, like a rumor channel or something. I didn't know until recently from your channel that she's like just a major shill.
She's just bought and paid for. Just an advertisement, pretty much. Sereno Thomas, it reminds me of the Django scene with the mask. Oh, what scene is that?
Django scene.
With the mask. I don't recall that scene. It's been a while since I've seen it. Great movie. Maybe anyone in chat can explain it to me. I'll keep an eye out for the chat if anyone explains it. Oh, okay. Oh, we can't see. I remember Jonah Hill. Like, we can't see with the map there. Okay, now I remember. All right. All right. Thank you, Sereno Thomas, for the $2. O3 Gorilla gifted 10 Mr. Grizzy channel memberships. Getting those memberships up. We absolutely unlocked the Katarn Fish emote. And maybe even another one. You guys are making me work my ass off for these emotes, but I love doing it.
Oh, let's go.
I'm especially a big fan of the Katarn Fish. It has happened. Dick pics were sent, and people need to spread it around. Let people know that he was catfished.
He most likely will block you immediately. But I said this the other day on the community stream. Fake news Kyle Katarn. He's going to have, I truly believe he's going to have a Wings of Redemption like troll army ripping on him before he knows it. A DSP type troll army, just because he gets so triggered and just hits the block button every single time. Just over the shill. Or, oh, you got a blue check mark. Hypocrite. block. I actually think he blocked all of my followers. There's
He
no
probably-
way.
He probably
There's
did.
no way he could have found that one account. But I will make a new account, and I will not follow my Twitter account with it to ensure that he does not block it. Gene the Machine for $5. These shills have Qimir brain. Absolutely. I don't even know what to like. Seriously, these people rot my own brain. Chlamydia Burns's face at the beginning of this video here. I'll throw it up real quick again for you guys. Like this was. God damn it! I hit the wrong button. This was my face at the beginning. At like the end of my work shift. Like right there. I just was like all day with it, the simping, every single one of them. And mostly men, which makes it even worse. But thank you, Gene the Machine, for the $5. Poopa Chalupa gifted 5. Mr. Grizzly Man. I'm gonna need more Let's Go clips. I'm gonna have to get the Josh Let's Go clip.
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go.
Thank you, Poopa Chalupa, for the 5 gifted memberships. Hunter was a member for 3 months. Trump 2024 FJB. Hashtag way more of us. I saw some people. Yes, the FJB. The reaction to me wearing a Let's Go Brandon shirt in that video pissed some of these people off, which was funny to read. Clearly, I did that on purpose, and they're just giving me the reaction I wanted from them. Yes, once again, Angel of Sorrow, thank you once again for the 50 gifted memberships. Not an FBI for $5. You just don't get it. She just wants to see some Sithisi busy. I hate it when I read something I don't understand. It's Sithisi bussy.
Just wants
Is
to
that
see
The
shirtless
Sith pussy. Yeah. Sith pussy. Wants
Maybe
to
he
see
does
them
have a
have sex.
pussy. I mean, like maybe
May-
maybe he is a female witch. It's possible.
You know, maybe he got castrated with a lightsaber.
Maybe they're saving the private parts reveal for episode 7.
Perhaps. 03 Gorilla for $5. We got to get those panties. They were, when we did that original deep dive, the panties were indeed sold out. And I mentioned this before, the idea, it would be fun for content, but I honestly don't think I could live with myself and the money I would make in the channel membership goal for that, I would end up losing money because I would have to purchase the panties for $100, by the way. And it might be the dude's panties, to be honest with you. He might be a sex-plained type cross-dresser. There's a very high chance they could be his worn panties, not the fake wives. And like, think about it. I would also have to purchase rubber gloves, a gas mask, hazmat suit, and have my entire home fumigated afterwards, which would end up being a lot more money than I would have received for the channel memberships for that goal. So it would be fun for the content, but yeah, we'll have to do something. Maybe we'll destroy another Grogu doll or something for the finale. Who knows? That might be fun. Trigger the shills once again, because that's what it's about here on the channel. And the shills did get triggered over the hashtag way more of us video. It was fun to read. Darth Melvin Darth Melvin getting the Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant line was great.
Yeah, I was hoping I would get that line, and I think Raging Rhino saw my talent, and he's like, Melvin's the guy for the job. And so I'm happy that he chose me, thought I was worthy of the Harvey Weinstein line.
Like, there are way more of us.
Makes me think like we should like do more collabs like that to piss off the shills, because like that one It did. I thought it was going to get like millions of views because I've had like a tweet before that hit 2 million views, and
Yes.
it's all by people retweeting it, and we just didn't get any like large accounts tweeting it out. We did get a lot of retweets, but when it's just people with like no followers retweeting it, it's like not going to do much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we make another one, something like just a different kind of topic, I think it could be effective.
I think if we went like really hard and really troll heavy on it, it would, even if we didn't have as many bigger channels, because they might want to not be involved with something like that. I
Yeah.
think it would. I think it would in the long run do better.
Yeah, just like to be really out there. But you know what we did, I'm happy with it. It triggered them. Just wish it would have got like 10 million views on it, and people would be like really talking about it. But we beat Pete Fletzer's numbers, that's for sure.
And there were 0 catfish involved, and we didn't take it down.
Yep,
And it was more diverse.
definitely.
Anyway, guys, yes, that was the stream. Chlamydia Burns was the shill for the week that we covered tonight. Darth Melvin, we're going up on 2 hours. Darth Melvin, what you got coming on up on your channel? And everyone, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Darth Melvin and the Knights of Melvin. What you got coming up?
So I've been doing some heavy breakdowns with these episodes. Episode 5 is very late. That should be released tomorrow. And with the day off for the 4th of July, I should be able to get back on track and release episode 6 over the weekend. And, that's pretty much what I'm doing all the way through the episode 8, appearing here for Shill Watch-Alongs, writing out this terrible show. The
We're almost done. I gotta be honest. I can't wait for it. A part of me can't wait for it to be over. It's just like Jesus fucking Christ. And the official, I can't wait to get. I've already started getting to work on the official Shills Defend video. I'm saving for the first time ever. I'm saving clips from even before the show came out for it. That's going to be an epic, big video. But as for this week, we got the Shills react to episode 6. Official Acolyte Shills episode 6 will be up on Friday. I have the next 2 days off, so that will for sure 100% be up. Might even do a video on this video by Chlamydia Burns as well, contemplating it. Maybe not, since we talked about it on the stream, but as I said earlier, a lot of the fence riders, a lot of the shills who are against the Acolyte in the first 4 episodes are coming around and claiming that the show is good. Now, the show has found its footing, so to speak. And complete bullshit. I have a video planned for maybe over the weekend or on Monday, ripping into that. Members only stream on Tuesday, and then once back with Shill watch-alongs on Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to Darth Melvin and the Knights of Melvin. The link is in the description of the video. Subscribe to the Mr. Grizzly Live second channel. Fun fact, we have 600 subscribers. We're trying to get that up to 1,000, and yet we still get more views than J.I. Acob and his 10,000 fake subscribers. Fun fact.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed over there, make sure to subscribe. Get it to 1,000. Got to get that channel monetized.
Get it monetized. We're going to do some exclusive content over there eventually once we get that up and running. There's the link to Knights of Melvin, and as I said earlier, it's in the description. All right, guys, we're just under 2 hours. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Happy early 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everyone in the States and everyone around the world. Any final words, Darth Melvin?
Fuck the Disney shills.
Fuck the Disney shills. And we are going to trigger them with both of our upcoming content. Thanks, guys. And we will be back for episode 7 of the Acolyte Shill watch-alongs next week. Happy 4th, everyone.